Minnesota Vikings trade for Cam Akers. It happened. Welcome back to Onebar and Lupagus Show. I'm Lupagus here with Onebar, who is on location. Are you there? Is Cam Akers in Minnesota yet?
You know what? He's here. He's here. We haven't seen the actual compensation, but Cam Akers is a Minnesota Viking. There's been scuttlebutt about it. I didn't believe it, but damn it, I am a moron.
I didn't believe it either, for multiple reasons, but it's happened. The Minnesota Vikings and the LA Rams apparently swapping 2026 picks. Very bizarre that it's 3 years down the road. Very bizarre. We don't know what round of picks yet.
Late.
But my God, I don't know if I remember a trade where the compensation is so far in the future.
Yeah, 3 years down the road. Before we get to that, remember, if you're watching, hit that sub button. Let's get 10,000 subs. Let's do it. If you like the Vikings, hit that sub. So, first off, at first blush, as they say, he's pretty much free. We haven't seen what the pick is. A pick 3 years down the road. The Rams clearly wanted to get rid of him. They got rid of him. He's for free. The compensation is going to be irrelevant in this.
Yeah, and let's talk about what he's done in his career. He's got 1,443 rushing yards. His best year as a pure runner was in 2022 when he ran for 786. He had 7 touchdowns that year. He's got 10 on his career. He has caught, what is it?
Not many. 20 balls maybe?
27 balls, 250 yards, and 1 receiving touchdown.
Well, here's the thing. Let's talk about where he fits into this Minnesota Vikings team, because we got Alexander Mattison. We brought him back, which was, I think everyone was a little surprised that he actually came back. We got him back for a decent price. We're only 2 games in, and we have not given him the ball. We've not given him a chance. And then we just go get Cam Akers. I mean, is it because it was just low-hanging fruit? He was just so, basically free? I don't get it.
Yeah, that's the part that really, that's why I didn't think this was going to happen. The Minnesota Vikings have run the ball barely at all this year. I think it was like 16 times for Madison, and super low, one of the lowest in the league. I don't think it matters right now who the running back is. KOC has shown he likes to throw the ball, and he's only going to throw the ball.
Yeah, and you know what? I don't want to say the Vikings are in panic mode by any means, but we signed Dalton Reisner. We're definitely in need. Running back doesn't seem to be the biggest need, but they're bringing him in. I mean, are they in panic mode? What's happening?
Yeah, I kind of got a sense of that too. A little bit of a taste of that. Again, it goes back to KOC always being tempted by those former Rams when they become available. He's always in there swooping in. He's proven that now. Yeah, I don't know. It's funny you mentioned that, because actually that crossed my mind as well. Is it panic mode? So now let's talk about the running back depth chart. What is the corresponding move here? Does this mean the end of Myles Gaskin, or is maybe Kenny going to season-long IR?
I don't know. I mean, maybe Gaskin goes to the practice squad, whatever. It doesn't bother. I don't really give a shit, to be honest. The bottom of this depth chart. It's gonna be the Cam Akers. It's gonna be Alexander Mattison show moving forward. Do I wish deep down that Ty Chandler maybe would have got a little bit of a sniff before they made this move? Absolutely, but that's clearly going to happen. Cam Akers, let's remember, he's a former second-round pick.
Yeah.
Last year, at the end of the year, he was ripping it up for the Rams, no doubt about it. But again, it comes back to this offensive line as far as what room they're actually going to give him. And really, the big question for me is Cam Akers RB1?
Yeah, and how soon will that happen? Will that happen? Have they given up on Madison? We don't know exactly what's going on there. But we'll find out soon enough. I mean, maybe he gets a little bit of a sniff this weekend. I kind of doubt it. I think this is more move for the Panthers game.
Well, and yeah, and just remember this. We've given up a lot more for a lot less. We gave up, for what we gave up for Rager, even Blacklock. I don't remember this is going to be like for nothing. So if he's not out there getting 15, 20 carries, let's not overly overreact and just bitch like, oh God, I can't believe we traded for this guy. We swapped picks. This is going to be for nothing.
And no matter what now, this is going to definitely damper Alexander Madison's season. This was his year to be the starter, and now I think at best case, it's going to be a shared load situation now.
Yeah, here's the thing is I just don't know if they're maybe they see things they're just not happy with, or it's just there's so little that they've seen from Madison, and to just move, and I'm not going to say move on, but just bringing another piece in so quick, I'm not mad about the trade. I want to be clear about that. I'm not mad about it. I'm just very surprised that they did it.
What if, in an hour here when we're doing Horned Up, hour and a half, whatever, the news breaks that the Minnesota Vikings and the Rams swap first-round picks in 2026?
Then I'll punch myself in the crotch, because there's no way in hell that's going to happen. If I had to guess, I'm going to say they swapped 6th-round picks. It's going to be so late. The Rams are done with him. They made it public, which made his draft stock go even way down. It's going to be for nothing. And 3 years down the road, you're right. I've never heard of a trade this far away.
It might as well be in 2030. Who knows if the same coaching staff will even be here then?
Well, when you see the compensation, put it down in the comments. Let us know. Maybe we're dead wrong. But the story is Cam Akers is here. Our team did get better. The team is better, no doubt about it. Cam Akers is a very good running back. I just can't wait to see how they actually use him.
And who is going to be next? Also put your predictions down for that, because the Vikings, they're spending. This is their new free agency here in September.
Game on. Let's see who's next. Make sure to join us at 7 o'clock tonight for Horned Up, baby.
Horned Up. Remember this. Daniel Craig was the first actor to play James Bond, who was born after the series began in 1962.